All right, all right, all right. How the hell is everybody doing on this fine, cold, cold Thursday morning? We've got like 34 degrees, maybe. The pond froze over, the dog's water froze over. It's windy, it's cold. All of us are exhausted from our 2 hours at the beach yesterday, but that's okay. That's okay. I gotta run. This show might not be a full hour. I gotta run out and go into town and get them extra CBD because the CBD I ordered for them um, won't be here till Tuesday because Monday's President's Day, and they're out. They're out. Hey Jackson, good day. Sean, good afternoon. How we doing? Somebody's still gonna say good. It's gonna be good morning for somebody, right? I think MJ is an hour behind us, so it would still be good after. It would still be good morning for him. Hey Jesse, yep, huge 2 points. JC, good morning, brother. Man, we just keep stacking points. We just keep stacking points, and I guess Damien said they were linked to Tarasenko. Um, it's morning for you, JC. Good, cool. Very. What's the weather like there? I didn't get a chance to check on Twitter about Tarasenko. Somebody else fill me in. There was that I did a quick Google search. I didn't see anything. I know he turned down a contract from us to go to Ottawa um, over the summer of all places, right? Let's see. Sean says, heard Reinhardt just scored in practice, so he's back to normal. He just needed a night off. How you doing, Colin? Cloudy and low 60s. Oh man, that's June around here. That's June. We get up into the 80s in June, but we also will have those cloudy days in June. That's in the 60s. Ellie is ready and waiting for spring. Let's just put it that way. Colin says the rare good Ekblad game. He's been um he's been better. He's playing more within himself. You know, um, ever since ever since he's no longer being called eggplant, I th- I think he takes it personally. I think he's feeling better about himself right now. JC not wearing. Yeah, I know the jersey's hanging right there. The jersey's hanging right there. JC. I ate I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich right before we came on. So I don't like to have any of my good clothing on when I'm eating because if it can be, I'll do it. That should be enough. I'll do it. Whatever it is, whatever substance I'm eating will inevitably, invariably end up on my clothes 9 times out of 10. So when I'm eating, I do not like this. If it got something on it, you wouldn't be able to see it. You know what I mean? Jesse says, "What do I think the team is thinking about the President's Trophy? I don't think they want it, but I doubt they would care. I don't. I think Vancouver, right? Let me see here. Um, Here, let me get to the NHL standings. Here we go. Where are we? We're at 72 points, but Vancouver, right? Yeah, Vancouver's at 78 points. They've played 54 games. We played. I don't think we're going to catch Vancouver. I think we might get the top seed in the East, right? We're games played. Both of us were tied with Boston with 53. We're 2 points behind, and the Rangers are a point behind us. So we could definitely get the top seed in the conference, which I'd be okay with that. But I don't think we have to worry about the President's Trophy unless Vancouver takes a dive, right? Man, JC, we need to sign. We need to be signing all sorts of contracts. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little bit queasy about it. I know some people think don't worry about it. Um, let's it's maybe they'll sign it like somebody said in the stream last night. Maybe they'll sign some contracts before the playoffs. Otherwise, it's going to be a nerve-wracking lead up, right? Let's just hope that maybe they're waiting to sign the contracts after the parade, right? Maybe that's the juju we need to just put out there. Sean says, I'm curious your thoughts on Pittsburgh. So many talented players, but they just look like they didn't want to bring it when every point that's necessary. Time to blow it up. Sad to see Crosby just look lost. I was shocked when Toronto got rid of Dubas and Pittsburgh took him. I thought that was going to be, I kind of figured the plan for Pittsburgh would be, okay, we're going to start unloading some pieces and we're going to kind of rebuild from the bottom up here a little bit. It's always tough when you're in that situation when you've got the older guys but they've won before. But instead, what Dubas does is he committed to Jari, which seems to have been a good move. You bring in Riley Smith, you bring in Carlson, and it has not translated to really anything different than where they were last year. So I think they had already lost 2 in a row, I think, before last night. And if you watch the recap, I said in the pregame, like, they're done. And the guys on TNT and Maurice were trying to make it sound like it was still a huge game for Pittsburgh, and I guess it kind of was. But there's so many teams that are ahead of them that at some point they're going to have to realize they're not going to win again with this group of guys. It's always difficult with that, man. It's like, what do? You're gonna trade Crosby? Maybe you could trade Malkin. You just signed, Carlson for all that time. So I was really surprised when that was the way that they took when they got Dubas. I thought they were getting him to kind of, all right, we're gonna restart and rebuild, and they just tried to reload. It don't make any sense. Zibble says, don't worry about it, Jaws. Just enjoy our team while they're good and have faith that Zito can resign and replace the guys who won't resign. Yeah, no, I know. Look, it doesn't mean I have to like last year, because of the way the season ended, right? And then if you guys were on the live stream, we know Kyle and I did a live stream when for free agency, that first day of free agency. And when we lost Gudis, it was just like you stabbing, like a stab in the heart. And then we're like, okay, who's this guy Mikkola? And then you grow to learn and love and appreciate the new players. I would just like to see one guy get signed, just one. I'm kind of nervous with nobody signed. You know what I mean? Like nobody. I don't know, but I'll shut up about it unless somebody asks me a question, right? Jesse says that game last night felt like the nail in the coffin for them. Yeah, I would agree. Now, JC, rumor going around that we're looking at Tarasenko. I guess that's on Twitter, and is it like a fan rumor, or is it like regular NHL media talking about that? I mean, I would be okay there. I suppose. Is he a righty or a lefty? Where would we put him? Who knows the answer to that question? Is he a righty or a lefty? Because what are you gonna where are you gonna put him? If you're gonna get him, where are you putting him? Because I guess maybe NHL media. Okay, and then somebody else said Boboronoff, right? There you go. Sean says, I feel like we need to sign Reinhart. That would make everyone understand if you exceed expectations that you will be rewarded. Somebody had said something about Ekblad. Hold on. I want to get back to this. Oh, yeah, Julian, the eggplant goal. Yeah, no, he's been playing very well. He's been playing right inside of himself, right? I think that's the phrase. He's playing within his abilities. You're not seeing him pinch when he shouldn't pinch. He hasn't, knock on wood, of course, now watch what happens tonight. But he hasn't been caught chasing in quite some time. So it's really good to see. Civil says, I was there, found the channel after Toronto, binged every recap before the Canes to relive the Boston experience. There's weeks like this past week, Civil, when there's not a lot of content because there hasn't been games. There's weeks where in my analytics, the Game 7 against Boston, either the recap or the live stream, sometimes that's still my most watched content in the middle of the season now. All right, let me get down to the bottom of the comments here. Boboronoff's in San Jose. Yeah, Mikkola has stepped it up. Absolutely. look, everybody has just picked it up just that extra notch. You know what I mean? We're not playing quite at a playoff level just yet. But Kachuk is banging bodies. Bennett is doing his thing. And, now, last few games, there's Ryan, now Lundell. As soon as he put Rodriguez on that third line, right? Now you got Lundell and Luosterainen getting goals. So it'll be interesting to see if he did pick up. Did anybody answer that question? Does anybody know if Tarasenko's a lefty or a righty? I can look it up. I had him loaded up here, I think. Let's see. Tarasenko he's a righty. So I guess you would put him on that third line with Lundell and Luosterainen. What are you going to do with Rodriguez then? The only way to add Tarasenko to the lineup genuinely is to move Cousins to the fourth line. And I'm not sure. I think that's going to piss off Kachuk, which might be a good idea. It might be a good idea, right? Sean, I hope that you're correct there, brother. I hope that you're correct. Now we're talking about Duclair. Yeah, I don't know what happened with Duke. And I mean, I guess, kind of the same thing that happened with Duke is what happened with Hubert or what happened with Duke. He didn't want to get traded, right? You guys saw the piece that he just put in a outdoor skating rink. He was really involved with the community. And, I mean, I'm sure he knows it's a business and everything like that, but he wasn't acting like a guy that was expecting to get traded. So then he gets traded to the Sharks. And I mean, Lorenz hasn't seen the ice in a long time. He only sees the ice if somebody gets hurt. And from what I've heard, third party, Duke has just not been getting a lot of minutes because he's basically not playing defense. So Sean says Erod is like plus 100, got to keep him. Right. Yeah. I honestly agree with Collins. Says we got the lines down to a T now. Right. Yeah. I mean, what would we have to give up to get a Tarasenko? I mean, it's a good problem to have, right? But I like the setup that we have now, man. Let's put it this way. Since Maurice made that switch of the lines, we beat Colorado 4-0, and then we beat Pittsburgh 5-2. So it's been 9-2 since he made the switch back to Cousins on the second line and Rodriguez on the third. So, that doesn't scream, let me look for a trade. But you never know. Whatever Zito does. Hey, good morning, True. Dustin says, does Ekla have more goals than Montour? Kyle said last night on the stream, I think they both have the same amount of goals. Hey, good morning, Trey. The team stinks. There you go, brother. How you doing? Duclair is cheaper. I don't think any of them are going to cost us an arm and a leg right now. Yeah, Nick, exactly. Can't think of any problems we have besides money. No. I'm gonna bring up one thing. This would be an extra luxury, all right. But this is way out there. But would you want to acquire and stash a veteran third goalie just in case shit happens in the playoffs? I mean, remember Vegas, Aiden Hill was like their fifth guy, right? So but he wasn't a veteran either. The point being is that are we comfortable with Spencer Knight being the third goalie as we go into the playoffs in case things happen? There's not a whole lot else, like Nick is saying, there's not a whole lot else to worry about, right? Gensel got a star last night. Jeez. Here comes Paul. I told you Lundell was going to get it. Can't believe people thought he was about. Yeah, you know me, always giving Lundell a bunch of grief, right? Sybil says, who would have thought a random fourth liner we picked up would have as many goals as Montour? Montour's going to pick it up. You saw how that went last night with Gadjevich getting that deflection. A lot of those points that Montour had last year were just like that. Damian says like Fleury for a third goalie. That's actually not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. I wouldn't mind picking up a third guy just to have, stashed away in case something happens. Hey, Great White, glad to see you, buddy. At the end of the last stream, you super chatted $10, so I wanted to thank you, brother. I ended it, and the super chat came through, and I didn't get a chance to thank you. So I'm glad I saw you on here. Much, much appreciated, brother. Thank you. He says, I can take 4 losses in a row if we can just beat Tampa. Is that who we're playing Saturday? I'm a Panther in Clearwater. Oh, geez. Lightning just put out new black third jerseys. That I got to see that. I have to see that. Paul, that was his first goal, but he's young, man. This kid, and he's got the beard. That's how you know he's going to be good. I mean, he's got the beard, man. Definitely. Dylan says, I like our goalie setup now. I'd give Knight one more year in the AHL and all good if he gets back into the lineup. So you're saying, Dylan, that you would be okay with Knight being the, in quote, the third goalie going into the playoffs? Gadjevich has 2 goals? Oh, okay. All right. I thought that was his first one last night. When did I miss his first one? That's okay. Either way, I thought he had 2 goals. I mean, I thought he had 1. Hey, Mike. The hell with everyone in Clearwater needs some help. So, Dylan, yeah, you're okay with Spence. All right. We'll see. I guess it just kind of came to my mind because it wouldn't surprise me if Zito did that. You know what I mean? But so far, so good, man. This is so crazy that this just like, I mean, when you think about it, all right, Nick. Yeah, I thought last night was his first goal for whatever reason. I said it on the stream last night and nobody corrected me. So I just figured, when did he get his first one? Oh, well, I must have missed that. I must have been putzing with the dog one time and I missed the goal. Knight's on the roster for a reason, Jaws. He'll be fine with the confidence of the team. They'll boost his morale. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna knock him. I guess my point kind of being that I wouldn't mind having somebody that has at least played in the NHL this year. Like, that's a big jump, right? To have played in the AHL the whole year, and then if he had to come in an emergency duty in the playoffs, let's just hope that doesn't happen. Now, I mean, the likelihood is next to nothing. So I wonder if he's going to be, I wonder if they're going to carry him around. Did we carry a third guy last year? Did we carry a third goalie last year in the playoffs? I mean, I know, obviously I know it wasn't Knight, but I don't remember. Yeah, AJ, Ekblad's been playing good. He has. He's been playing well within himself. Dana says we're getting Mark Stahl. We already have Mark Stahl on the roster, Dana. His name is Dmitry Kulikov. You know that. Oh, Gadjevich had the 6-0 goal against Arizona. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Either way, I think he's got the best beard on the team, right? Wouldn't you say that? Which when is Kachuk going to start growing out his? Well, now I'm getting conflicting reports. Civil says it was against Arizona, and True says it was against Washington. So no third goalie as long as they stop running into Bob. Yeah. I was thinking about that yesterday, Colin, about the running into Bob. And I wonder if it's like because he keeps getting run into like every game. Like, I wonder if that's like sharpened his focus where it's like made him hyper aware when he's out there, right? Like he's just a little bit extra dialed in because he's been taking he took another couple of hits last night. So I'm going to assume that we're going to see Storlars tonight. Yeah. Jesse says trade night for Tippett. In my dreams. No, we can't afford Tippett's contract now. I don't know. Tippett ain't going anywhere. Tippett ain't going anywhere. The Flyers are not going to be an easy out. The Flyers are not going to be an easy out. If it continues the way it is now, I believe it's New York and then Carolina and Philly, right? Are they locked in? Let me see. Yeah, man, the Canes and Flyers are almost locked in to being a first round matchup. The Rangers have won 5 straight. Do not count on the Flyers to lose that series. Flyers beat the Canes, and then the Rangers will beat whatever other. I think both wildcard teams, honestly, I think both wildcard teams are going to be from the Atlantic. And so, if the Panthers get the 1 seed, either way, right, we would still be looking at, the Lightning jumped over the Leafs, but the Leafs have 3 games in hand. That whole situation there between the Lightning, the Leafs, and the Wings, man, you don't know who's going to be 2, 3, 4 out of that, or 3, 4, 5 out of that. And we're gonna have to play one of them, right? Jaws said, does Super Chat still go through after the live go? Yeah, great. Yeah, it went through, buddy. I don't know if you just heard me, but I did the hat wave for you. I did the hat wave for you, brother. Yeah, it went through. Much appreciated. It went through. It's like I ended it, and then like it went through afterwards. But I think it's still, it's either way, it went through, right? True says, I was wrong. It was Arizona. I don't have my glasses on. Now, how did you get this? Arizona Coyotes. Why? Oh, so you read Coyotes, but you saw Capitals because you're blind? I would laugh at you, Nick, but I understand that completely. That's why. Oh, I don't even have my glasses here. No, my glasses are in the other room, so it is what it is. Thank you again, Great White. Much appreciated, brother. So Trey says the Flyers top line in 2027 is Tippett with Lundell and Mackey. No. JC wants to know if I think we move Knight at the end of the season. I don't know, man. I could go back and forth. You could ask me that question again in 5 minutes, and I would have a different answer. Are we going to be able to afford to keep Stolarz, right? If he continues at this pace, he's going to want more money, right? I believe we only got him for the 1 year. So I have a feeling we're going to hang on to him. You know what I mean? Unless one of the other prospects starts to really, bump up. Hey, Sybil, thank you, brother. Thank you. Says the Washington Coyotes. Nick, it's 9 in the morning. You're still in bed. Wait, 9 M still in bed, or I am? Man, Nick is. Are you still stoned, brother? Yeah, you're still in bed, right? You're still in. That's okay. I'm not. Fluffy's laying here in front of me. Kyle, as usual, as I was getting ready to start the show, that's when he wanders out of his bedroom to take a shower, right? Look at that, JC. That's a good question. We talked a little bit about that on the stream last night, but let's actually give that a couple of minutes here. So just bear with me. Spencer Knight right now, because there was some discussion whether or not his statistics were average or terrible. Oh, come on. Where is it? That's the last 10 games. Why is it not giving me? Come on. I just give me his stats right now, please. Thank you. My phone is not working very well here. All right. I need to see. Let's see. His AHL. Where is he right now? Okay, here we go. He is He's got a 2.70 goals against and an 897 save percentage. Oh, thank you, Sybil. You found it before. Yeah, 897, 2.7. He's and that was kind of why I was wondering if we might want to pick up a third goalie instead of just depending on Spencer to be the third guy. Dustin says, serious question. If the Panthers signed Reiner for big money, is capable of producing the numbers like he... No, I mean, he's not going to be a 60-goal guy, but he's already been like a 35-goal guy. So I think you're going to pay him like a 40-goal guy, right? I mean, he's going to get 50 this year. That's almost a guarantee. I think before last night's game, he was on pace for like 56, 57. So he's probably going to get 50. I think you pay him like a 40-goal guy because he's been in the low to mid 30s already, and he's still only 28. So I think you pay him like a guy that's going to get 40 on a regular basis, which is still a $10 million guy. I mean, what are we talking about, right? Yeah, what are the chances for another butt save tonight? That was a good job by Bob just sitting on it, man. Right? JC says, with the Wongo constantly at practice, we can always sign him to a 1-year vet minimum. Yeah, I agree there. Julian says, injuries always play a part. Teams like the Devils or Seattle wouldn't be as bad as they were if they were healthy, right? Dana says, why was everybody talking crap about Chucky last night? Even the top point. Who was talking crap about Chucky? Was that on Twitter? Was that on Twitter? Yeah, Robert. No, Stolarz has been excellent, man. Stolarz has been excellent. Right. Dustin says, you're talking about the Reinhardt stuff, saying you say that because last year people were ready to throw the bank at Montour. Yeah. But let's put it this way. What we say to do, I'm the only one that can go into the room and put on camera and tell Bill Zito what to do. I'm the only one he's going to listen to. Right? Okay. But for the rest of us, we can talk amongst ourselves and they ain't paying any attention to what we want to do. The point being is that Zito did not give Montour a bunch of money. That injury, though, obviously was part of that, right? So, hold on a second. Jesse says, do I see Chucky's post-game interview? No, I did not see that. No, I don't think Chucky's going to get I don't think he has enough games to get 100, right? I don't think he has enough games. 80, 85. The games in hand theory from the other video was off. If we're behind and have games in hand, we won't get those points. But if the team behind us has games in hand, they will get all the points. I mean, I'm just talking about in general, not necessarily with just specifically with the Panthers. I'm talking more just overall. It's brutally difficult to come back once you're, 5 points out with 4 in hand, or 5 points out with 2 games in hand, and the next thing you know, you win 3 in a row, and the other team gets a point here, a point there, and you don't have any more games in hand, and you're still 3 points out. It's tough, man. It's tough to come back. But I get what you're saying. Jesse says, Kachuk said he told his line mates to act like there's no puck in the first 10 minutes and just hit as many people as possible. Oh, come on. He said that too, didn't he? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's funny. What did Robert say that was everybody's agreeing with? Oh, yeah, you think Forsling is more valuable than Montour? Yes, I think that, yes. Everybody will agree with you there. Yes. Nope, not yet, Nick. They're getting there. He said that. Oh, geez, that's funny. That's funny. Just act like there's no puck the first 10 minutes and just hit as many people as possible. And if you watched, you guys might not have seen it, or you might have. The game was on TNT for all of you, right? So then you saw the Maurice interview before the start of the second period. basically what he says is, I don't care if we score. I'm not worried about offense. I don't care. I mean, basically that's what he said. He's like, we just want to grind. I mean, and then of course we go and we get 4 goals. Let's see. True says Swaggy married Katie's sister. So what Panther will get the right Katie Ingleson, 26-year-old? You say Stedland, right? Oh, that's a good question. The best or worst first round matchup. To be honest with you, I don't want to play the Wings. I don't want to play the Wings. I think that we would be fine against Toronto. I think we'd be fine against Tampa. And I'm not saying I think we would lose to the Wings, but in terms of just, we have more familiarity with both of those two teams. I know we played the Wings the same amount of times, but we've played them in the playoffs recently. In the first round, I think I would not exactly want to play the Wings. I think they could be dangerous. They could be dangerous. All right, let's see. Anything to be worried about with Sam Bennett? You mean like in terms of him not scoring? He's never been a big goal guy. Sean. I wouldn't worry unless there was an injury I missed. Hey, Rosado, how you doing, buddy? So anything interesting that happened last night? Yeah, exactly. Nick, no lying. Right. Yeah, no, and that's actually not a good point. Well, the only way where we're going to be able to avoid Boston, Julian, is if we win the division, we can avoid Boston in the first round. But we're still going to end up playing them. Because if my theory is correct that Boston is going to win their first round series because of what went down last year, then even if we get number 1 and they get 2, they're going to win their first round matchup and we'll be playing them in the second round. I don't think there's a way for whoever is going to come out of the Atlantic. You're either going to have to beat Florida, Boston, or maybe both. You know what I mean? So it's not going to be easy to avoid anybody, really. The only thing is if we can win first place, then we can play Boston or Toronto instead of Boston and Toronto. That would be the most likely possible benefit. Yeah, exactly, Rosado. Lundell got 2 goals. Yep. That's funny what Kachuk said. I got to check that out. I don't even think he's making it up either. He's probably not making it up. Julian says that's fine. We get the first round jitters out of the way, right? Yeah, true. It's not FFS anymore. It's FFH. I'm giving Nick a hard time, man. Fluffy is so tired. He's not even snoring. He's exhausted because we get to the beach and he don't want to leave. And so every time we get all the way near the van again, he's like, no. And he does a whole tug of war with me all the way back out to the beach. And we have to stay another half hour. And then we got to just like trudge all the way back to the van. And then he still don't want, it took 4 times to get him to just finally get into the van yesterday. Mike says Lundell will be a scoring machine the rest of the season. I mean, as soon as they put Rodriguez on that line, Luosterainen got 1 and Lundell got 2, right? Or did Luosterainen get 2 the other night? Or was it just the 1? I forget. But the point being, as soon as they put Rodriguez on that line, so, that circles back to why once I've seen these last 2 games, I'm like, yeah, I mean, getting another player in, a name sounds good, but which one of these lines do you want to break up, right? The funny part is the only line that's really not tearing it up. Well, Reinhart didn't score last night, right? But in the other game, Barkov did. I think Verhage did too, right? Or was it Reinhardt had scored too. Before last night, Reinhardt had 22 goals in the last 22 games. That's insane, man. Dustin says, can we expect another all-out war with Ottawa? I don't know what's going on with Ottawa. Like well, I mean, that's a good, I forgot about that. With the Brady Tkachuk thing. I'm having a conversation inside my head, and they're pissed. They're ornery. Why did Greg do that in the first place with the the slap shot on the empty net? It's like you're not playing in the playoffs. You didn't eliminate Toronto. You're basically in last place or next to last place. All right, Trey, go ahead, brother. So, yeah, AJ, you wish E-Rock had hit the net. Ain't that for sure, right? But Dustin, I would expect it. I would expect it. Yeah. What's our schedule like? Let's see what we got here. So we've got the Sabres tonight. That's 7:00. So that's better. Saturday is the Lightning. That's at 5. And then we got a couple games off. And then we go back to the normal Tuesday, Thursday. So we got Sabres, Lightning. And then we're home again for the Senators. We do that thing again where we come home for one game. We got the Senators at home on Tuesday, and then we're back out on the road on Thursday against Carolina, and then we're back at home Saturday against the Capitals. And then we've got a 3-game homestand. So again, these are winnable games, man. Sabres, that should be 2 points. The Lightning on a Saturday afternoon, they're going to be desperate. They're going to be desperate. And then, of course, Ottawa, Carolina, Washington's toast. I wouldn't worry about them right now. True says, I saw my neighbor's old boxer I helped raise. She ain't looking too good. It was like she looked at me and said, I know I look like hell. Yeah, it's tough when they get older, man. Julian says, I know it's impossible. We'd love to see Brady and Matthew play in the same team. I mean, it would be astronaut. That would be something. But you'd be talking about having to lose a Reinhardt or a Verhaeghe or something to even begin to make that happen, right? Vincent says 70% of the arena in Ottawa is Leaf fans. Oh, okay. So that helps explain some things. Everybody hates the Leafs, right? It's kind of like with the Chiefs, right? Hey, Jason, how you doing, buddy? Yep, great game, great goals, great saves. Butt saves. We got butt saves now. Yager gave us the butt goal. Now Bubba gave us the butt save. Hi, Amanda. How you doing? Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here. James says there should be an unwritten rule where if Toronto goes for an empty net, you slap shot the puck in every team. Jesus. Hey, how many games did he get? I haven't seen anything. Usually I get like articles or see content on it. I haven't seen one thing about I'm assuming he got suspended. He got 5 games. When did that happen? Because I haven't, like I said, like I depend on YouTube and I don't go to Twitter anymore. I haven't had the time to go to Twitter. 5 games. Jeez. Ha 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 ha. JC. What the hell are you talking about? Vincent says there should be an unwritten. No, I already read that. Right? So 5 games. Yeah, geez. I mean, that was crazy. I talked about it a little bit on the podcast the other day. But, I mean, I get that you want to retaliate and everything. But the cross checks in the neck, that was probably always in-person hearing was canceled due to weather. So they did a video stream. Okay. Yeah, 5 games seems about right. That seems about right. I mean, that's just crazy, man. But I've enjoyed, maybe because it was Toronto, that's why maybe people didn't make a bunch of content on it. I haven't seen it. Like, I have not seen one video pop up about that suspension. Hey, Lucas. Hey, brother. How you doing? That's Rats on the Ice. Lucas is in the house. You'll be at the game tonight. Fantastic. So wait a minute. The game. You're going up to. Oh wait, isn't your wife from Buffalo? Is that's it's in Buffalo, right? What's the story there, Lucas? How'd you get up there over? AJ says Top Shelf Hockey has a video. Yeah, I never get his. I watch his stuff when it comes up every once in a while. But I tell you, um, the lack of hockey content that comes to me through the algorithm makes me understand why it's so hard to grow a hockey channel. You know what I mean? It's like I have to look for it. I have to search it out. They don't bring me very much. I get like even the people that I watch, like Paul at the locker room, like he could put out 5 videos in a week. I might get one of them in my feed, and I watch the whole thing all the way through, make comment, and then I don't get shown his content, again and again. But God forbid I click on one political video and all the videos for the next 2 months is just going to be all politics. Trill says start a music channel. Hey, Lucas says you're going to see them play all the New York teams this year. All right. Very, very cool, Lucas. Outstanding. And they've been winning when you've been going too, right? Because I know for a little while there was a little streak going there where they weren't doing so well when you were going. But so going all the way up to Buffalo, it's going to be, well, you already in Boston, so you're used to it being cold. How much colder can it be? Right? Cool, man. I'm happy to see you happy out enjoying life, man. Right? You see, kids, let this be a lesson to you. Don't start a YouTube channel, right? Because look at what happened. All right. Lucas stopped making videos. Now he gets to go to all the games. I kept making videos. I'm broke. I went bald, and I haven't been to a game in 14 years. The moral of the story is don't start a YouTube channel. Vincent says, look closely at the New Jersey roster. Who would I want to get from there? Oh, man. All right. Hold on a second. I can't do that on my phone. Hold on a second. Give me a second. Let me put this in. Let's see. All right. Let's go to the New Jersey Devils team. Okay. Here we go. Roster. Yes. That's what I'm asking for. Okay. Yes. I accept the cookies. Geez, they got some good players. Who's available? Jeez, they got a lot of good players. I don't know where we're going to put them. How are they not good? Well, all right, let me get back to the chat here for a second. Oh, not now. Just think about it. All right, well, it's up. It's already up. So, but I'll take that into consideration. I'll look at that. I'm looking at their roster and I'm wondering how they not in the playoffs, right? Yeah. Well, Lucas, I hope we're gonna get 2 points tonight. I don't worry about it. You're gonna get to see Stolars tonight too, so that's good. That's good. Team is good, man. Oh, Nick says I feel your lawn men are here. Well, at least you have lawn men. At least you have lawn men. So here's the story with the lawnmower. I'm going to sell the rider for parts, and that should give me enough money to buy a nice self-propelled push mower for Kyle and I. So we won't have to mow the 3 acres with the little teeny tiny regular push one. I should be able to get a bigger size self-propelled mower. And then maybe next year I go get a riding mower. I don't want to take on another payment. And to get another riding mower, at least going to be like another $150 a month. And I don't want to do that because I already had to, already had to up the CBD, and I just can't afford it. Just buy 3 goats. So that's what I'm gonna do now and that might actually work out a little bit better because if years go by and I move back to Florida, I won't need another rider. So, and it's good for the exercise. I needed to get my cardio going back up too anyway. So I'm gonna buy a nice self-propelled, and once I sell this rider, and then the goats. We have the which way? That way. At the end of the street, there's a homestead. They got the goats and they got the whole thing. But they have I call them baby goats because they raise pygmy goats. So they've got the little pygmy goats, and then they keep making babies. So you end up like these little, like the size of my microphone. You drive by and there's these little 4-pound little baby pygmy goats running around and playing with each other, and people just pull over. It is the best freaking thing. It is the best thing you ever seen. Make the dogs eat the grass. Don't I wish? Don't I wish, right? Right. True says drag a couple push mowers with the van. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. The old man, one of the old men that we used to live on a 26-acre parcel on an island. The year we got Fluffy, and there was an older man that would help keep everything nice and tight. And that's what he did. Is he had his tractor, but instead of mowing it, he had how you have the mechanical mowers where you push and it's got the wheel, where there's this farm implement that was about 8 foot long and it does the same thing. And he would just drag that behind his tractor, and it did a halfway decent job. It wasn't perfect, but 26 acres, you're not going to get out there in your 40-inch rider and go at 26 acres. There's a lot of it you have to leave just grown up and everything like that. But so that's what we push mowing here soon. Some of the stuff that I'm doing, just to plug it a little bit here. You guys know I got this channel. You guys know I got the football channel. You guys know I've been doing the exclusively male videos, the men's support channel. I started that back up again. The fishing channel has been going now, but I've called it Foul and Tackle Fishing and Outdoors so that I can include some of the other outdoors things and everything else that I do on the channel, and that'll help it to grow when I don't have, when I can't go regular fishing during the winter. And Kyle's idea, we got it on the stream last night, is he wants to do magnet fishing. So during the winter, when it's too cold to go fishing, we're gonna do magnet fishing. Mike, who was our backup goalie before Lyon? Well, it was Spencer Knight. It was Spencer, right? Yeah, it was Spencer Knight. We didn't have anybody in the in-between. He picked up Lyon. What I think in hindsight, I think they must have known that Spencer was having issues, because remember last year, like in the beginning or third way through the season, we're like, who's this Alex Lyon guy that they got? And then he was basically the third goalie. And then, everybody knows the rest of the story. Once Spencer went down and Lyon came in, and, Vincent says, I thought you wanted to check out and double down on so-called football. That's not what that post said. That's not what I have to double down on everything except for this channel. The point is I have to take some energy away from this channel next year, not this year. But Vincent, are you a member, Vincent? Oh, I don't see the little thing. I explained it on the members podcast the other day, and more in depth on what's going on. It's just a matter of, I'm willing to work 12 hours a day, but I have to have that pay my bills. So if I have to take some hours away from one thing and do something else, then that's what I have to do. But I'm not. The only thing I reduced this year on this channel is the daily podcast isn't every day. Great White says the mowing season is only 2 or 3 months. No. We get winter grass. So what am I, in the mid-February now? March 1st, I'll go out there and mow. And in March and April, I can get away with every 2 to 3 weeks. May, June, July, August, September, those 5 months, generally once a week. Generally, by the time, if you mow an acre one day, an acre the next day, and an acre the next day, you get like a day off before you have to circle back around and start mowing the original acre. It grows. The grass here in June, July, and August grows faster than Florida grass. And that's not an exaggeration. I grew up in Miami. Okay. The grass here during that time of the year, I mean, sometimes in the backyard, we mow it on Monday, and really by Thursday, we should be mowing it again because it starts to get too big and too thick. Drew says I should multi-stream to all platforms. I do on the hockey channel. On the hockey channel, I stream to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. I tried Twitter last year, and I had like one person come on the whole time I was on Twitter. So no, I do multi-stream I can pay more to StreamYard to stream to other platforms. Apparently you can stream to Instagram now, so I might get that going. But it gets to a point where I would have to have a whole nother setup to do it. StreamYard doesn't have it's not integrated into Rumble. Like through StreamYard, it's all one thing. But for me to stream to Rumble at the same time, I would have to have another laptop, another whole setup to stream to them separately. So it's and I've put stuff on Rumble, and it just doesn't. Nobody paying attention over there. It's just every step takes a lot of extra time, so it just is what it is. Colby says Money Puck said we absolutely dominated. We got absolutely dominated. What? Last thing, Vincent. Magnet fishing. If you don't know what magnet fishing is you get these giant magnets. They'll be like almost the size of my glass, maybe a little bit bigger. You put them on heavy ropes and you throw them off of bridges when you go out in your boat, and people find all sorts of stuff out there because over the years stuff is settled. People throw stuff into the river. There's whole YouTube channels that do really, really well, like really well, with just showing what they're finding while they're magnet fishing. So that's going to be on the Fishing Outdoors channel. So I just like I said last night. Do you hear him? Do you hear him barking? Is the mic picking him up? He's barking in his sleep. Hold on a second. Hold on. Oh, where is he? Where is he? Damn it. There he is. He's kicking. He's kicking. He's kicking and barking in his sleep and snoring all at the same time. He's wiped out. Mike, yeah, it's too bad gold isn't magnetic. But yeah, no, there's whole channels that do that stuff. Guys, they find a lot of weapons and they call the police. So, I mean, those videos blow up when you're like, hey, we found a gun and they call the cops. It's like, if you find once you find that genre on, there's the other guy. I don't know if anybody else has seen this. A few of them do this, but there's guys that go around and clean up people's yards, like mowing it and edging and everything. And they clean up people's yards for free. So they find a house that the yard is all crappy, the sidewalk's all overgrown, and they got all their professional lawn equipment, and they knock on the door and say, hey, I'll mow your grass for free. And the people are like, what? It's like, yeah, we make a video of it, and they speed up the video, and these videos get hundreds of thousands of views, and that's how the guy gets paid, and then he can mow people's grass for free. Let me tell you, I'm just going to keep doing things until something works. Yeah, Dustin. That really is. I have no choice at this point because I can't leave the house. I've committed to being here with the dogs that way, and so I'm already in it. I already have all the equipment, and I've got the extra laptop, and I've got all the stuff. Yeah, the power washer ones. Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. So I'm just gonna keep doing things until something actually works. I don't mind working 12, 14 hours a day, but I got to be able to pay the bills at the end of the 12 to 14 hours. That's the only, you know what I mean? It's tough to work all those hours and then, I got to beg Karen for money or I got to come on here and beg you guys. I got to be able to support myself. That's really where that post came from. Is it just like I just got to be able to, pay my bills. I'm not trying to get rich. You know what I mean? If that happens, but yeah, so a lot of the outdoor stuff will be on that channel. So, truth is, anytime I have to do a handyman job, you always refer to YouTube, right? Yeah, the lawn service stuff. It's crazy, right, man? So, all right, everybody. I got to get ready to head out. Kyle is awake. I got to do the pack and ship, and then I got to go take Kyle to get a haircut, right? Um, See now, Civil's trying to trigger me here at the end. Hey, Adam. Thank you, Adam. Much appreciated. Nice win last night. Let's do it again. Yep. Mike says, let the yard go for a year and then make a Kyle mow. I would get the Child Protective Services called on me. You know what I mean? Even though he's an adult, he's disabled. So I would get dinged for abuse there, right? Oh, sorry, David. Yep. All right, guys. Yeah, we're right at about an hour, so I got to run. Appreciate all the support. Thank you guys for all the super chats. Thank you all for hanging out with us. And yeah, pay attention to community posts because there's some other things happening on some of the other channels you guys might be interested in. So, and I did last thing. Right before I came on here, right before I ate my peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I did write to Randy Moeller. So that ball is rolling. We'll see what happens. I still got to write to Billy Lindsay. So we'll go from there. All right, everybody. Kyle and I will see you tonight